Hey guys, I'm Jasmine and this is my channel, The Curious White Coat. I'm finishing up medical school and I wanted to share some of my experiences from the past couple of years. So today I'm going to hit you with 10 tips for how to save money as a medical student. So who doesn't like to save money? Maybe you're taking out loans and you don't want to have to borrow more than you need. And maybe you're someone who has some money saved up for medical school and you're trying to stretch it out for as long as possible. No matter the reason, these money saving habits are here to help. So let's get right to it. My first recommendation is to create a budget. I personally like having a budget because it allows me to make smarter financial decisions when it comes to taking out loans. I'm able to keep track of purchases and see if, like when I'm coming into a new semester, I'm able to see if I need to borrow more money or maybe take out less in loans. And I think this really helps with being able to determine if you're borrowing more than you need. Because at the end of the day, you do have to pay back your loans. It's not free money. And when you pay them back, you're paying them back with interest. So I think it's really good to be able to make an educated decision because this does affect you in the future. Tip number 2 is living within your means. This means sticking to that budget that you created. Try to spend less than you earn or less than what you're borrowing in loans. Keep as close as you can to those percentages that you created in your budget and try to prioritize the things that matter. Tip number 3 is to get a roommate or 2. Consider getting roommates and that can help you cut costs on living expenses. This next tip is relevant for all students, not just medical students. Your school supplies don't have to be new. I know for me, I really cut costs in using old folders that still had some shelf life in them or reusing unfinished notebooks, and I really didn't have to buy anything other than like a new planner for each year that came by. Another way to reduce your costs is to get used copies rather than brand new textbooks that have never been opened before. You can either get used copies from Amazon or you can rent used from Amazon too or from Chegg. And you can also get used copies from upperclassmen and residents who definitely don't want the books anymore after they've taken the test. I actually have quite a few textbooks from upperclassmen. I actually got some of these from book sales too, and they were either $5 or completely free to me. So I feel like you can't beat free. I would also say when you're getting used copies, don't knock old editions. I got this copy of First Aid in my first year of medical school. There was an upperclassman who had already taken her step 1 and she didn't need this anymore. So she gave it to me for free and I used it all the way from first year and up to my dedicated period for step 1. And I took the test this year, so 2021. And this is the book I used, even though it was from 2018. I know it's recommended to get the most recent copy. That way you can study from it and have what's relevant to that test. But I used this old edition and I did really well on my steps. So I would definitely say don't knock old editions. Your classmates are taking the same courses as you, and some of them might even be using the same resources to study. So ask around, see if anyone's interested in maybe splitting a subscription. This might not be as feasible for question banks where you want to track your own personal progress, but it can be a lot more simple and easy on different subscriptions like Boards and Beyond or Sketchy, where you have video-based programs. Take advantage of discounts. Shop the bargain bins, go through the clearance section, go through the clearance rack. Look for the deals wherever you can find them. And you're probably going to be wearing a lot of scrubs and white coats anyway, so consider going to a discount uniform store. But if you just have to have your FIGS and your JANU scrubs, they do offer student discounts at both of those sites. And I believe FIGS also has a 15% off discount for the military as well. Always ask for student discounts. You'll be surprised at what places actually offer student discounts. All you have to do is present your student ID to verify your status. And if you ask, the worst they can say is no. But if they say yes, then you've got yourself a deal. Another place that might be worth checking out is Unidays. It shows all of the different student discounts available at different stores, different brands, I mean. They have Calvin Klein, Adidas, Nike, Levi's, and so much more. So it definitely might be worth checking out. You just have to verify your status as a student. Another option is to go to Groupon, which has all things you could ever want. I like going through Groupon. I actually found an Ariel's Silks class that was discounted, and I was able to get like a couple coupons from there. But I highly recommend Groupon if you're looking for a wallet-friendly treat yourself day. Stores are always claiming to have the best deal on certain items, like 20% off this or buy one, get one free. And it can be really hard to know what the best deal is if you're only looking at one store. So compare prices. Whether you're shopping online or in person, look at the different retailers and see what they have to offer. And then see who's really offering the best deal and shop there. Sometimes the best deal can be the generic. I know some of us may feel like name brand is the only way to go when it comes to taste, but unless you're a professional food critic or a chef, can you really tell the difference between generic and name brand on certain food items? I may not be able to, but I know my wallet can tell the difference between generic and name brand, especially when you add up all of the prices at the end of your shopping trip. And the generic can often be anywhere from a few cents to a few dollars less expensive than the name brand counterpart. Now, once you have your shopping cart filled with your generic food items, consider making your own meals. You can save a lot of money by cooking your own food rather than eating out for every meal. I know for me, it was also helpful to make my own meals because I could plan ahead. You're able to go into the grocery store with a list, so you're not only are you saving money by making your own food, you're saving time because you don't have to walk aimlessly up and down different shopping aisles trying to find different items that you may want to use for the week, especially when you've planned ahead and you have a better idea of what you want. And that can be especially valuable when you could be using that time for studying. And when you're in medical school, time really is money. Medical school is expensive. And on a more serious note, if you find yourself struggling with being able to afford regular meals, here are a couple of options of places where you can go. Different clubs and organizations will host on-campus events during lunchtime or if they have evening meetings, and many times they'll have free food for anyone who attends their meetings. Another option is to consider local food pantries, either at community centers or churches. And you can also contact your Student Support Services office and see if there are any assistance programs or student aid programs that you can enroll in. I hope that you'll find all of these tips useful. I know that my wallet has felt them to be pretty useful these past couple of years, but let me know in the comments. What are some money-saving habits that have worked for you? Which one of these tips do you think that you're more likely to try? That's all I have for now. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.